So, guys, I'm with my friend here, Lungs. We're gonna be talking all things football, South African football. It's basically we're no experts, but it's just two friends that are gonna be sharing their views about current affairs of South African football.
Yes, passionate about the game. Yeah.
So we've just watched the games, Kaizer Chiefs versus TS Galaxy. We're just gonna be sharing our views in terms of how the game went about and currently how Chiefs is doing and what do we think they need to improve on going forward if we think that they can push to maybe for a top four in the current season. So Longs is gonna be asking me a few questions about this game that we've just watched.
Okay, it's your boy Lungs. I'm gonna be asking Pila a couple of questions about the match and his thoughts on the analysis as well. Mr. Nyangiwe,
Yeah, Longs.
another draw for Chiefs.
Yeah.
How do you feel like with regards to the building phase of Nabi? He's been given time. Do you feel confident going forward that he's the guy to deliver for Chiefs? How do you feel about Nabi and Kaizer Chiefs?
Yeah, man. I think Nabi is a very good coach, but I don't think he has the kind of players that he needs to take the team forward. But since he's come through, compared to the previous coaches, I think the mood around the team has been very positive. You can see the attitude of the players. They really trying to do their best to win the games. But I don't think he has the asset that he needs. Looking at the game today, if you look at the games, every team that faces Chiefs, they feel like they can win the game. So they don't have the fear of Chiefs. I feel like Chiefs, they still need to make some additions to maybe to really challenge teams like Pirates and Sundowns. But as things stands, I feel like they don't have the capacity to challenge for big teams. Like even small teams, they go there wanting a win against Chiefs,
Okay.
which is not really good.
Okay. With the just to follow up on that, with the January transfer window coming, which new signings maybe you feel like Nabi could add to the team, and like the question that's lingering with most fans is that does Chiefs have the capacity to sign those quality players? Do they have the budget to make sure that Chiefs challenges the top teams like Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns?
Chiefs actually has the budget. Chiefs, they have sponsors. If you talk about Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, they can sign any player that they want. It's a matter of do they really want to sign the player. I think with Chiefs it's around their business model. I don't think they really want to spend. But at the moment, I feel like they need to spend. The business model that they've opted for to not overspend on players is not working for them. They don't look like a big team anymore. So it's gonna take them a lot of investment to really challenge big teams. So going to January transfer window, I feel two players that that can make a big impact in terms of Kaizer Chiefs is if they can go for Apollos. Like for Apollos, they must spend whatever that Polokwane City want. They must go all out for him because we need experienced players. Because with Apollos, he doesn't need to adapt. He's not a small player. He's a big player. Like he has big impact in terms of Polokwane City. So they need to go all out for that player. And one player is actually easy. It's Bongani Zungu, free agent. Free agent. It's a matter of a salary, how much they are willing to pay. They don't have to pay transfer fee, nothing like that. Because I feel like the biggest challenge that Chiefs has is in the midfield. They are not stable there. If you look at the game that they were playing now against TX Galaxy. TX Galaxy, they knew the weaker point of Chiefs is the midfield. So what they were doing, they allowed Chiefs to build up from the back, but they know because Chiefs today was playing with three centre backs with Miguel, De Klokwe, and the Dotley, with De Klokwe playing as a left back. Mm-hmm. So the two De Klokwe and Dotley, they are good playing from the back. So what TX Galaxy was doing, they were closing that side, the left side of Kaizer Chiefs, allowing Chiefs to play from the right, which I felt was Miguel was exposed a lot today. So they allowed Miguel to have the ball and to be the one that is playing from the back and building up. So what he was doing, they allowed him, and then what he was doing, he was playing through the center. But the problem now, all the midfielders of Kaizer Chiefs, they are facing their goal. The moment they play that ball to maybe to what's this guy?
Midfielder.
To the midfield of Chiefs, they press immediately. And I don't think the Kaizer Chiefs midfielders are good at receiving the ball from the back. So I feel a lot of their problems are at the back. I don't think Mthethwa is good at receiving the ball and turning and facing. So is someone that is stopping the play of the oppositions, but he's not someone that is good in terms of build up. So I feel like someone like Zungu with the experience, having played in some of the top leagues in the world. He has played in Portugal, where he was instrumental. He was playing like 80% of the games. He played in Scotland with Rangers, where they won the league, even though he didn't play that much. But it's a big league. Like that experience, it can come handy with Kaizer Chiefs. He played in France. Even in France, he was a regular. So I feel like someone like Zungu can stabilize the midfield of Kaizer Chiefs. And then in terms of the Polokwane player,
Apolis.
In terms of Apolis, he has vast experience. He's played for SuperSport as well, even though he didn't do well there. But he's gonna bring a lot of experience to Kaizer Chiefs. So I feel those two signings, they are low hanging fruits, my man. It's just a matter of meeting the evaluation of Polokwane City with Apolis,
especially given Apolis' experience with KEF and AFCON. Sorry to say. I think given the budget constraints of Chiefs right now, there's no Bongani Zungu right now to be that guy to receive the ball. And so do you feel like Chiefs, as you mentioned, that they played three at the back, maybe they should have released Frosler more in an attacking position? Because I felt like with Frosler is more like of that player who can go forward. So how did you feel like? Did you feel like Frosler didn't do much going forward, given the fact that they were playing with three centre backs?
I felt like he had the opportunity to go forward, but since he's coming from suspension, maybe he's not confident about his fitness level. He had the room to go forward, but he didn't do much in terms of going forward. So he could have done more, but we didn't see that from him. Maybe because he's coming from suspension, he was a little bit not sure about his fitness level, if he can sustain a higher level of performance. But in terms of how the team played, I don't think the Chiefs is very confident. I don't think like I can't tell how they want to play. I really can't tell how Nabi is wanting to play, his team to play. But I can see the positives in terms of Mdu Shabalala. I've been very impressed with his performance this season. So looking at, because he was playing just in front of the clock. So today he didn't really have to defend that much. So he was always receiving the ball a little bit high in the field. So what he made some good passes with there's a through pass that he played to Prince, where to Prince I felt he could have went for the far post, but he went for the near post. That was covered by the goalkeeper. So I feel like the younger boys, they have the hunger to take the team forward, but the experience is not there. Like the experience is not there. Like the decision making, sometimes it lets them down. So I feel like I'm very impressed though with Chabalala this season, but he needs a little bit of help from the experienced players.
So we saw Chiefs playing three midfielders. It was Blom, Mart, and Mthethwa. So with the substitution where Potsane came on for Blom, we feel like there was no creativity like in that 10 position. And with Sirenius shenanigans happening, we don't know what's happening. Do you feel like that 10 position is critical for Chiefs? Do they need to bring someone? Like what's the plan going forward for Chiefs, especially in that creativity at that number 10 position?
I don't think I was really looking forward to Sereno cementing that position for himself, because I feel like he still plays a very critical role. He's still very, very, very good. But now there's been negative talks around him. So with him being in and out of the team now, I think that position is still open. Someone like Mfundo can really make that position his. But I feel like they're still very young. Like, I don't think that the pressure at Chiefs is too high for the youngsters. So I don't feel like it's players that you expect them to be the main players. You need Chiefs needs to buy players. Like, there's no other way to take the next step. They need to buy players. So they need to find someone that can. You need to introduce the youngsters bit by bit, not relying on them like for the whole 90 minutes. I don't think it's gonna help Chiefs to go forward in terms of that.
Okay. Enough about Kaizer Chiefs. Let's talk about Galaxy.
Yes.
How do you feel about their style of play? I'm really impressed, like, with the budget constraints of the team. They don't sign big personalities, but they keep like taking these other big teams to the wire. We saw it with Sundowns, with Rulane last season.
Like, unknown players.
Yes. Like, what do you feel like it's different with them and their style of play? Like, because I see they run a lot with players like Dite Jane, Velase, like they are there. Like, so what's a strategy for a team like Galaxy playing against these big teams?
Okay. Firstly, we need to give credit to the chairman of TX Galaxy, Mr. Sukazi, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, he knows football. So as someone that comes from being an agent, so he knows players, even though he sells players, but he always has a strategy to get someone that can fill the gap. You don't feel like when they sell a player, you don't feel like there's a gap that is being opened. They always find good replacements. I feel like they know exactly the business model of Tex Galaxy is very good. Like, now, looking at the game today, you can't tell that it was a small team against a big team. You would actually think that Tex Galaxy was the bigger team because they were getting more chances compared to Chiefs.
Yeah.
So I think that the business, the style of play of Tex Galaxy is like they are prepared to work harder than the oppositions. They know they don't have they might be good stars, but they are not yet known because it's their breakthrough team. So what they do, they rely more on running and pressing. They make sure that they don't give the opposition space to play, but they also make a good analysis on the oppositions. They know the weaknesses of Chiefs. As I've said before, that what they did today, they know that Chiefs there's still a big problem in the midfield. So they didn't allow Chiefs to play through Duba, who was one of the players that I feel is good, was playing on the white side, as well as Shabalala. I feel like those were good players at Chiefs. So they didn't, when Chiefs were beating up, they didn't allow Chiefs to play through those two players. What they did, they allowed Miguel to be the one that is starting the build up and open up in the midfield. They allowed Tetra to be the one receiving, or Yusuf Match to be the ones that are receiving. The moment Miguel plays that ball, they are ready to pounce all the time. That's how they should have scored actually 2 goals in the first half. So they were always ready to break that line. Every time Chiefs play that ball, they are ready to pounce. So I feel like Tex Galaxy are a very, very, very good team. They are a very, very good team. They have a brighter future. The moment they are able to keep their players, but I understand that at the moment they are small teams. They don't have the budget of Kaizer Chiefs, Paris, Sundowns. So they have to sell players to sustain their team. But the future is very bright. Having someone like Tim as their chairman, it plays out. It shows they are able to be like they are not fighting for relegations every season.
True. So talking about style of play, as you said, Galaxy is a team that runs, plays well without the ball. So going forward, do you feel like Chiefs, in South Africa, with all these big budget teams, everyone is saying play from the back, dominate position. But do you feel like Chiefs can be like that outfit, playing a transition football, not keeping the ball too much? Do they have to play that possession football
from the back?
Yes, like that popular one for these big teams. Like, do you feel like Chiefs can have an identity, a strong one, and be a beaters of big teams with a transition kind of like style of play?
Playing from the back, I don't really think that all the teams they really need to play that kind of style. I feel like everyone is influenced by Pep Guardiola, playing from the back. Like, it's not their only style of playing.
True.
Like, we know teams that have won championships without playing that kind of style. I can tell you about Antonio Conte. I can tell you about Mourinho. I can tell you about Simeone. They've played.
Even the Thomas Frank, the Brentford coach.
They played. You don't really have to play from the back to win games. Like, you can play a long ball and win the second ball and then build from there. And coming to Chiefs, to be specific with Chiefs, Chiefs are not known for being a team that keeps ball possession. Like, in the history of, I'm a Chiefs fan. In the history of me supporting the team.
Now,
I have to
revealing his true color.
I have to be honest. Chiefs have always been a transition for them. They have to, like, we as fans, we lie to ourselves. Like, when we like shoe shine and whatnot. Like, the last time Chiefs won the league, it was with Baxter. It was transition football. 1-2. Everyone was happy because we're winning. It's only when teams are not winning where people they feel like, man, why is this team playing like this? Why are we playing long balls? Why are we playing too quick to get to the front? We need a slow build up. Not all teams can do the small build ups. We like football is changing, but some of the fundamentals of football, I feel like we still need to keep them. Like, if you have to assess your opposition very well and know, can I play this kind of football with this team?
And like, sorry to cut you off, we saw like Sundowns in the previous CAF deploying that type of football, that transition under Rubani Mukwena, and it was very effective. So, just the takeaway point, Mr. Pila said it right here on this video. Possession football is not the only style of play that we can play. Like, there's a lot of other different styles we can play as South African players. It's not like shoe shine and everything. Like, there's many ways to play football. I think that's the biggest takeaway I'm taking from
and the thing is, with the build up from the back football, you need a ball playing goalkeeper. I don't think we have that. Like, we don't have a lot of ball playing goalkeepers. Actually, as in South Africa, we don't have a lot of goalkeepers. If you look at goalkeepers who have, like, even now we sign Ntwari from Galaxy, who is from
African country.
Yeah, he's from this country. He's from East Africa. So we don't have a lot of keepers. So that kind of football, it requires a certain kind of a goalkeeper that can play with the foot. The last time we had that keeper, we had Kune. But even with Kune, we were not playing that much from the back because he could pass anywhere. So we could play one ball to a winger, to a keeper, then we have a goal. So I feel like modern teams, they really don't need to feel pressured to play from the back. It's working against most teams. It's working.
Because you can see this Pep philosophy is like dominating. Everyone wants to play from the back, and we cannot. Not all teams can play the same. Like, you have to assess your team, and exactly. Because I can even go back to Chelsea back then. Chelsea was not that type of team to play it. Like, they'll score one goal, throw a long ball, drop a goal. So yeah.
When a team is winning, everyone is happy. But the thing is, if the team is not winning, everyone wants to have an opinion. Why are we playing long balls? But quick transition football, I like it.
Can be effective.
My man. If your team if your opposition is attacking you, that means there's a lot of space behind. So when you win the ball, try to exploit that space. So I feel Chiefs, they don't need to feel pressure to beat from the back. They must play like according to their strength now. I don't think they have the players to beat from the back, except for Dudley and Ditlhobo, which they can't play them at the same time. They only play them at the same time now because
Cross is injured.
Cross is not there. Other than that, they don't have the personnel to beat from the back. Especially because what they were doing now, when Miguel was playing in the middle, none of the midfielders were pulling away from the middle to receive the ball. They were playing them while they are closer to the opposition, which is it's a disadvantage because you are facing your goals, and the opposition is ready to pounce. The moment they play, they don't have to do anything. They intercept the ball, and then they are facing your keeper. Remember, your center backs, because they were receiving the ball, they are open. Like they were playing. He didn't receive the ball in front of the goalkeeper. He was open to receive the ball, and then he plays it. He is on the side. He plays it to the midfielder. The moment he plays to the midfielder and he doesn't get there, someone intercepts that ball. The keeper, that midfielder of Tex Galaxy is facing our keeper. Tex Galaxy had 2 chances where they could have scored, but they were not clinical.
True. Yeah. Okay, hey, me, I'm a big fan of Samgelo Zwane.
Yeah.
I feel like he can play that 10 position. Yeah. The Soweto boy, that one.
No, so you want to
so, like, what do you feel like? Can he play that position? I'm a big fan of that boy. I feel like he has the talent, but maybe, like, with the recent performances, like, people have put so much pressure on the boy, but I really feel like he needs to be given a chance to play that 10 position, given that these stories about Sirino. But I feel like that creativity, I feel like Samgelo Zwane can provide that.
Oh, okay. On the eye, for me, like, I share the same sentiment as you. I feel like he's a talented boy. He's a very talented boy. He's good. He's good on the eye, but I don't feel like he is what Chiefs needs right now. Like he can do very well in a team that is dominating possession. But the problem now, Chiefs does not dominate possession. So Chiefs needs players that run and fight for the ball more than ball players.
And sorry to cut you off. I saw, like, even like when he was getting all that criticism, he was playing in a deeper role. Because Chiefs doesn't have that personnel, like, in those deeper roles. Like you mentioned that a player like who's this Bongani Zungu.
With his experience, then he maybe can do it. But the thing is now, Chiefs is not dominating. So he needs to run. He needs to, like, I know his strength is good on the ball, but now he's not giving Chiefs what Chiefs needs. What Chiefs needs now is someone that is really willing to fight, someone who is willing to play when they don't have the ball. True. So for me, I have no doubt as well that he's a very, very, very good, talented young boy. But the criticism, it comes from the fact that now he is not willing to run, and he loses the ball in critical areas where, like, the team is exposed. Where he loses the ball, it leads to a goal. Like he has done that in the cup that they played in Blom, and one game in the league as well. So I have no doubts that he can play such a role, but at the moment I feel like they need to back him a bit and introduce him a bit by bit, because now it's killing his confidence. Every time he plays, he has to play a little bit deeper, and when he makes a mistake, they concede a goal. And it's not good for a young player to play such games.
Talented young man, I must say.
He's very, very talented.
On a lighter note, Kaizer Chiefs have been introducing young stars. Dusha Balala, even Sundowns. I think it's Koza. He's been introduced. Do you think this boy can live up to King Raitoma Raifeta? King.
Ratoma boy. No doubt the young crop of players from Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, they are all talented. But the difference now with Mofokeng, Pirates is a well-oiled machine. He doesn't have the pressure that Chiefs youngsters have. But I do feel that he's more talented than the boys at Chiefs. But it helps that he comes from a team that is well oiled. He doesn't have the same pressure. The team is well structured. He doesn't have to do too much marking. He has to rely on his strength, which is going forward, creating chances and scoring and all that sort of things. But I do feel that those players they can live up to those to that level that he's playing at. But Chiefs needs to buy players. Like the young stars at Chiefs, they need support of experienced players. They're not gonna challenge any team with young players, because you must also remember that Chiefs doesn't have patient supporters. Like Chiefs supporters is like they are waiting for you to make a mistake. The moment you make a mistake, who did you think you are? You are a bad player until you prove us otherwise. That's the story around.
It must be very tough for a young player, like playing in that kind of environment.
It's not easy, my man. That's why I feel like I'm a big advocate for Chiefs signing Zungu. I know Zungu when he first came from Europe. Chiefs wanted to sign him, but he obviously had a good relationship with people at Sundowns, so he felt that was a better move for him at that time.
Yeah.
But now he's unassigned.
Yeah.
So we can't be emotional, my man.
Yeah.
Let's look at what we
You
need
have to
now.
make the practical choice.
Let's be practical.
Yeah.
What to choose now? What do they need?
Yeah.
They need a midfielder, an experienced midfielder.
Yeah.
And you don't have a lot of experienced midfielders that are free agents. Zung is a free agent.
Yeah. Well tested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing that Chiefs whoever is in charge of transfer, whatever Chiefs, what they need to remember, the current crops of players now,
Yeah.
they don't have the same view that we have of Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because like the last time, was it 2017, the last time Chiefs won?
Yeah, I have to take you there. 2014.
2014.
Yes.
Imagine. Is it really 2014?
Yeah, the last league you won was 2014.
Imagine. I just know
Been a
that.
long time.
Yeah. So I know, like someone said on social media that the last time Chiefs won a cup, Mufugeng was 14.
Yeah.
So imagine like the players that are breaking through now is those like they're in the same age bracket as Mufugeng. So Chiefs doesn't have the same pool as Pirates and Sundowns. Yeah. Like before, players wanted to play for Chiefs.
Yeah.
It's no longer the same. So what does Chiefs need to do now to change the narrative?
Yeah.
They need to break the bank,
Yes.
especially for players that really want to play for Chiefs.
Yeah.
Like, I know the chairmen of other teams, they make it hard for Chiefs to buy players.
Yeah.
But you need be prepared to make a little bit of losses in the next in the next 2 seasons, just to break through, to be a challenging team.
Yeah.
You can't rely on youngsters.
Yeah.
You're really
You heard it here first. Galaxy versus Kaizer Chiefs post analysis with Pila and Lungs be signing out.
Yeah.
Away.
I need to give props to Mtetwa. He really played well.
Yeah,
today.
that's the Ox.
And in the last 3 games where he's been given chance, he's been getting a lot of critics from Kaizer Chiefs fans. I think he's been really doing well, having taken advice from Hugo Bros as well. I think he's coming along. He needs support from the other number 8s that are playing with him.
True.
But so far, he's been doing very well. I'm impressed. At Chiefs, I'm impressed with Duba, Mtetwa, and Chabalala this season. I feel Duba, they just need to stop fighting.
Yeah.
They need to stop fighting refs.
What do you feel? How do you feel about Dupree? Like I feel like since his introduction in the past games, like we've seen that Chiefs, like especially with transition, we saw that pass from Shabalala. Like he can make those runs. So yeah, what do you feel about Dupree? Is he a starter for Chiefs going forward? But yeah, like how much faith do you have in that boy?
He can be a starter. He has a pace, but I don't think he can be a starter as a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as a winger.
Yeah.
And you need to have someone like Ranga or anyone else as a center striker.
Okay. We're signing off here. It's post analysis. TS Galaxy versus Kaizer Chiefs signing out.
We'll see you on the next one.
Are we?
Sure.